transcriber. Today's date is Thursday, February 27th, 2025. This is Sergeant Woody John of the Internal Affairs Division. We're currently located in the Boynton Beach Police Dispatch Headquarters, located at 2080 High Ridge Road, Boynton Beach, Florida 33426. Time by my watch is 6:49 p.m. Present for the interview is Dispatcher Paul STETTNER and my partner Sergeant Nolte of the Internal Affairs Division. This tape statement is in regard to Internal Affairs case number 2024-0301. The investigation is regarding potential policy violations by subject Boynton Beach PD officers and police dispatchers. The complainant is Mr. Abel Gonzalez. Mr. STETTNER, if you can please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the statement you're about to give is the complete truth to the best of your knowledge and ability?
Yes.
Or you can put your hand down. Any knowingly false statements or misrepresentation of the facts during this interview may be considered a violation of Florida Statute 17.49, false reports of commission of crime, 837.012, 837.02, and 837.021 regarding perjury, and 837.05, 837.06, false reports and official statements, and may be punishable upon Florida law. Do you understand the seriousness of this investigation and the information that you're about to provide?
Yes.
Okay, do you wish to continue?
Yes, at this time.
Okay, and we're also going to present you with this document, which is Garrity Warning. The Garrity Warning simply say that you're compelled to be enforced to answer questions because you're an employee of the city of Boynton Beach, so that everything that you tell us during this interview, we cannot use against you in criminal aspect, but it can be used for discipline purposes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, before we begin, do you have any questions for us?
I do.
Yes.
Will I be getting a copy of this recording?
Absolutely.
Okay, you'll email it to me, or you can email it to me?
Absolutely. I will send one to you within 72 hours.
Okay, I mean, there's no rush. I just wanted to make sure that it was, or see if it was possible to get a copy of it.
Absolutely.
It may need to be waited till the end of it.
Once the investigation's closed, yes. Like maybe, yes, at the end of the investigation, 72 hours. Well, you'll get one, yes. You'll get one within 3 days, 72 hours.
Okay.
Yes.
No problem. Yeah, I was just
You
wondering.
just have to know that this is ongoing, so you cannot discuss the substance of this case with anyone else other than you or your representative.
Right, okay. Yeah, I was surprised to get an email saying that I was the subject of this. Who initiated this investigation?
The complaint was initiated by Mr. Abel Gonzalez, and the Chief of Police has directed this office to investigate the complaint.
Okay. And this was quite some time ago. Like, how far back are you, like, I don't know, like, when did this occur? This was like probably a year ago?
Right, this incident took place on March 18th, and the complaint was filed in September.
Okay, so, like, how far back is, like, IA able to go? Is it something that you can turn around and look at a call from me from 10 years ago?
So, it's a good question. So what happens if there's a complaint that comes, the complaint can be for something that happened 5 years ago. This person can walk into the police department and say, 5 years ago, I did this, I had this interaction with our employees, and I want to complain about it now. They can complain about anything at any time. We just have to accept it, review it, and the Chief of Police makes a decision whether it should be investigated or not.
Okay, okay.
But
So,
the only, by union, it's just that once we receive the complaint, we have 6 months to complete it.
okay, so then technically you could go back as far as when I started my career 18 and a half years ago.
Absolutely. If someone has evidence of a wrongdoing between any employee 20 years ago that they want to complain about it now, it will be reviewed like any other complaint.
Okay, it was March 28th that this occurred?
March 18th.
March 18th of 24. Okay. Okay, I don't have any other questions right now, but I might have some as we go through this.
Absolutely. Ask away if you do, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Okay.
Okay, all right, sounds good. So, before we begin, you are currently an employee of the City of Boynton Beach Police Dispatch. Is that correct?
Yes.
How long have you been employed with the city of Palm Beach?
Just about 18 and a half years.
18 and a half years. Can you give us a brief overview of the training you received during your time here as a police dispatcher?
I mean, there are a lot of different things that we do. We do like the police legal science. I'm in the process of working on my medical certification. We have, you know, the CPR certification, and there are other things that, you know, that pop up that we have to review.
Okay. We're here to discuss these sets of 911 calls that were made on March 18th. The first call came in at 2212. Are you familiar with the company Intrado?
Yeah, that's the phone system that we use.
Okay, they service our 911 systems. Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay, so this document was obtained from Intrado. That
Okay.
shows the time and date of the 911 calls. The first one came at 2212, and per their record, it shows that it was answered by dispatcher Kilpatrick. Are you familiar who it?
Yes.
Okay. The second call came at 2247, answered by dispatcher Klaus. Are you familiar who that is?
Yes.
And the third call came at 2248 and answered by dispatcher Kilpatrick. And the fourth call, 2251, per this record, was answered by Paul STETTNER.
Okay.
Okay. Do you recall the content of your conversation of this call?
No.
Okay, we do have a recording. Is it okay if I play it for you?
Go ahead.
Which call?
Thank you. I need to speak to a supervisor. I've been hung up on 3 times.
And this is in reference to,
Yeah, I'll go to
can I help you? Severe emergency.
Okay, this is the beginning of the call right now.
Okay.
And 911, what is the address of your emergency?
How you doing? What's your ID number?
How can I help you?
You can help me with your ID number, sir.
3409.
3409. Thank you. I need to speak to a supervisor. I've been hung up on 3 times.
And this is in reference to which call?
We called 1350 Southwest 25th Way, Boynton.
Yeah, there's a sergeant that's trying to call you now, but he can't get through because we're on the phone.
Right. And it's
So I need to hang up with you so he can get through to you. Good night.
So you're
911, what's the address number?
Because that's the fifth call that's starting there. So was that your voice?
Yes.
On the call? Okay. All right. Does that refresh your memory of the 911 call? The recording?
Well, I mean, I don't remember all the specifics of the call.
Okay. But does that recording refresh your memory of taking that call and talking to Mr. Abel?
I mean, there's really not much substance. I mean, do you have notes of the call the call notes?
No, I don't have, but I can provide them to you if you want them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember everything that transpired in reference to his issue. I mean, I wouldn't have just have hung up on him if the sergeant didn't tell me to hang up so that he could speak to the person.
Okay, did you hang up on him?
Well, I told him that the sergeant was trying to get through to him and we couldn't speak because we were on the phone. Told him to have a good night and disconnected.
Okay, so you disconnected, not Mr.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I was just following the orders of the sergeant.
Okay, are you saying the sergeant ordered you to disconnect the call?
Well, I wouldn't have hung up if the sergeant didn't tell me to hang up so that he can get through.
Okay. All right, so you're saying the sergeant contacted you, asked you to hang up the call so he can get through to Mr. Gonzalez?
I wouldn't have done it. Do you have the radio traffic?
No, what I have is the recording of the 911 calls.
Okay. Yeah, I would. The radio traffic is important.
And so do you believe in the radio traffic? The sergeant instructed you to hang up the phone so you can get a hold of Mr. Gonzalez?
Yeah, I wouldn't have hung up if I wasn't told to.
Okay, so you're saying that that action was as a result of a direct order you received?
If it's on the radio traffic, then yes.
Okay, all right. Are you familiar with SOP number 43, which is a policy reference titled call processing?
There's so many that I've read. Let me see. Okay.
Does that policy look familiar to you?
I'm sure it does.
Okay. Do you recall having read this policy in the past?
Yeah, I believe I did.
Okay. During the call with Mr. Gonzalez at the time, were you aware that that was his fourth or multiple call to 911 system while you were talking to him?
I didn't know if it was his fourth or not. I don't recall. I mean, there were plenty of people that call up multiple times. So, I mean, and I've handled thousands of calls since then, so.
Okay, so what is the procedure for when someone calls 911 multiple times back to back?
Well, I would get their information, and in this case, somebody was trying to call him, a supervisor. So we ended the call so that the supervisor can get through and address his concerns.
Okay. So in this policy, are you able to read number 6 for me?
Non-emergency calls received on 911. The operator will handle the call. Operations at the end of the call will respectfully advise the caller that in the future they should dial the non-emergency number 561-732-8116.
Okay, so is that part of your procedure for handling people who call 911 when they have a non-emergency?
Yes and no, because what happens is, being short-staffed as we are, if they call on 911, even though it is a non-emergency, I got a flat tire or something, hey, I'm just going to help you out because I'm going to end up answering the non-emergency number anyway. So a lot of times we'll just handle it and help them.
Okay, but after you help them, are you encouraged to educate them to say, hey, for future references, if you have a non-emergency, please call this number, which is listed in the policy?
Yeah, sometimes I provide them that number.
Okay. Another thing I want to bring to your attention, if it's busy or short-staffed and you get multiple calls, what is the procedure for placing people on hold?
You just tell them that you're placing them on hold.
Okay.
And put them on hold.
Okay. At the time you took the call with Mr. Gonzalez, did you ask, will you tell him, or did you ever ask Mr. Gonzalez to please hold?
No, according to that call, I didn't.
Okay, all right. So I just want to clarify that you hung up with him. Is that correct?
Yes, I disconnected because the sergeant was trying to get through to him.
To get to him. And did you tell Mr. Gonzalez that you were trying to hang up with him because the sergeant was trying to get a hold of him?
I believe that's what the call said, that the sergeant was trying to contact them.
Okay. All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to add to your statement?
I don't know. I'm just surprised at this whole thing. I've always been a good employee here. I've always done what's asked of me. My file is relatively clean. When you look at it and compare it to others, it's you know, pretty pristine. You know, I've always attempted to do the right thing. And also, I'm not 100% sure, but I think if you looked at, I think the AVLs were ongoing at that time, that there were officers there as well. You know.
Okay. One last question I have for you. Do you believe that the way you ended the call, disconnected the call with Mr. Gonzalez, was a violation of your policy and procedures?
I guess maybe yes and no. I mean, I told him that the sergeant was trying to get through to him, to speak to him, to resolve his issue, you know. So maybe I was a little abrupt in ending it, but I did tell him that the sergeant was trying to call him and, you know, can't do anything if we're on the phone.
Okay.
Is that typical if someone's waiting for a supervisor to disconnect? Or would you, normal practice or procedure?
I'm sorry, say it.
Is that the normal practice? You said the sergeant was calling to disconnect, but just confirming, is that the normal practice? Sergeant's calling, gotta get off the phone and then disconnect, or would you put them on hold, or?
It's one of those things, it depends. Sometimes people, this phone system, I would say, is not the best, because there are times where just officers or somebody's like, hey, you know, I can't get through to this person, whatever, from their cell phone. Then when they have to call up dispatch, and then we have to get the other person on the line. Like, say you wanted to speak to him, and you couldn't get through for whatever reason on your cell, I'd say, call dispatch, I'd get you, put you on hold, and then I'd say, hey, you call up here, and then you click a couple buttons and you can kind of patch them through.
Was that the case with this one? Or was it?
No, because
calling?
he was calling from wherever he was, whether he was at the station or on the road or where, I don't know.
No, Mr. Gonzalez being on some sort of landline or a cellular phone.
No, because the sergeant at the time said he was trying to call and couldn't get through, so I'm assuming that he was getting voicemail. And that's why, so the call would have gone through. It's when the calls don't go through, sometimes you get those weird out-of-state numbers where it just won't process. So, but I think that the radio traffic would be an important part of our meeting here, where, because it's not giving the full story. The radio traffic needs to be provided. So, because you're only showing, how long was it, the call? 30 seconds, 40 seconds?
Right, the total calls were 13 minutes for the 5 calls.
Right, but my call with him was only maybe 30 seconds, 40 seconds?
Yes.
And that doesn't include the however many minutes of radio traffic there was. So
Relating to that specific incident.
yes.
Okay.
So the radio traffic needs to be heard in conjunction with the calls and see what transpired. That would give you a full picture.
Okay, so do you believe the radio traffic will show a supervisor directing dispatchers to hang up with Mr. Gonzalez?
I believe in my case it would. I can't speak for the others.
Okay.
But that needs to be incorporated and provided to provide you a whole, I'm sure you have it, right? The radio traffic?
I will double check to make sure we do. We do have an extensive file, but I will double check to make sure we do.
Yeah, because with the radio, I wouldn't have just have said, hey, the sergeant's trying to get through and hang up on him and tell him that. You know, there would be substance to that.
Okay, all right. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it.
I appreciate it. Transcriber, the time by my watch is 7:08 p.m. This will conclude our interview with Mr. Paul STETTNER.